Hello everybody, today we're going to make some summer sausage. Actually, it'll be a 2-day process. We'll get it all mixed up today and then we'll stuff the sausage tomorrow and put it on the smoker. The ingredients are from Smokehouse. For the summer sausage, they include a pack of the mix, and also I've got here salt cure. This is sodium nitrite. You use 1/3 teaspoon for each pound of meat. And the meat is 3 pounds of ground round. 2 of these pounds are 20% fat. 1 of them is 10% fat. Additionally, you have 2 pounds of pork, ground pork. You mix up your dry ingredients thoroughly. Put the meat in the mixing bowl and slowly mix in all of the seasonings and then throw it in the refrigerator. All right, the next step is mixing up the cure with the seasonings. Here's the cure, and that was 5 1/3 teaspoons into the mix. Mix that up thoroughly. This is really pungent stuff. Do make sure that you have it mixed up thoroughly. You don't want any concentrates of the nitrates in your sausage. And then here we have the 5 pounds of meat, and slowly begin to add that. Mix it up some. Pull up your sleeves. Could have used a bigger bowl. I guess it's a good guess as to when you have this properly mixed up so that equal parts per million of sausage, well, actually pork and beef and cure and spices. It's starting to look pretty good to me. A lot of fat down in there, sticking to the bowl. But I'm going to call that good. The next step then is to put a lid on it. And pop it in the fridge. Well, this is the next day. We're back at it. The sausage mix has been in the refrigerator overnight. It's about 17 hours. I've got the casings soaking in water to loosen them up. This part of it is a pretty easy process. We've got the stuffer here. Everything's been washed and cleaned. And now we pack the stuffer. Well, I forgot to put rubber gloves on. but there we have our first. The casings comes with the first side tied with the loop for hanging in your smoker. Let's do another one here. For 5 pounds of meat, I soaked 10 casings to loosen them up. Probably end up with more like 8 sausages, but we'll see. So there we have it. The last one is tied up. We came up with 7. The 7th one is a little short, but that's all there is to it. Now, each one of these will be hung in the smoker, just like that. And we'll proceed with that process next. So this is the frame from out of my Big Chief smoker. I use these steel skewers that are used for shish kebabs to hang my sausage. Giving them good spacing so that the smoke can do its job in and out of the sausages. And there you have it, hung in the rack. Now this goes out in the Big Chief smoker. So here we are in the backyard. The Big Chief smoker set up on my barbecue to keep the heat off the deck. Down into the smoker goes the sausage, lid on, and then we'll put 4 pans of wood chips to smoke it. Well, first one will be apple, followed by an alder, and then an apple, and then an alder. That process will be the first 2 hours of the smoking process, and then the rest of the day up until this evening will be just on the heat, which will be about 175 degrees, and that will be the curing process. To get that heat up, I will need to have a insulation blanket as well as a corrugated box over the smoker. So the smoking is done. We achieved an internal temperature of 160 degrees by running the smoker at about 210. With that box on, it got a little hotter than I anticipated, but in the wintertime it's really tough to keep the temperature up, and I did want to get these up to 160 before it got too late in the day. It's now 4:05. These have been on the smoke since 9:30. So let's get them off. They smell wonderful. So I'll get those cooled and start eating. The cooling process. In other words, I want to stop them from cooking any further. Well, let's cut into this thing and see what we've got. I can see and feel some fat on the surface here. Seems that the smoker was a little higher than I thought it was in temp, but boy, are they delicious.